and welcome into Getting Help with Uncle Sam. You know, we're about ready to have a great big transition in government, and normally in the state of Alabama, sometimes we get some exposure, sometimes we don't, but there was a young man here that went to fight for the guy that's going to be taking the presidency, and he was actually in New York the night that Donald Trump was elected and was sitting with the family. Perry Hooper Jr., welcome aboard, buddy.
Jack,
couldn't get any closer than that, could you?
Hey, it's great to be a Trump American. And it's great to be a Jack and Virginia American.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's funny because, you know, my wife was a big Ben Carson fan, and he's a great guy. He's wonderful, and
he just got appointed.
I know.
We love it.
He got a good appointment,
Yes,
and I think Virginia and I, we've both. I started off as a Trump fan because I understand the dynamics. I'm a small businessman, you know. I'm very conservative, and I was looking at all these different types of things. And of course, then you came on board right at the beginning, and you actually chaired the campaign in the state of Alabama.
Well, first of all, Donald Trump understands small business.
Yes.
He understands small business as a backbone of America, and I appreciate you saying that about Donald Trump, and he's going to help us, particularly in small business, and we'll talk about that tax policy, how he's going to cut taxes and regulations for small business later in the program, if you like. But I got involved, Jack, in Virginia about 1.5 years or more ago. I studied it. First person I went to talk to was my mama, and told her, I said, Mom, I'm going to be a Trump man.
Smart son.
That's a good sign.
And my mother goes, Perry, you know, he doesn't really say a lot of nice things about people. And I said, Mom, we've got to have a tough guy in the White House. And Mom started thinking, and less than 3 weeks later, she called me and said, you're right, young Perry. She said, I'm a Trump person, and so there we started. We were both concerned, and I was concerned, just like y'all were, about the future of America.
That's
America
right.
was at stake, and I was nervous and scared of what would happen if Hillary Clinton got elected. So I spent a lot of time and effort working with several young people. One of my friends co-chaired the Young Americans for Trump, Rebecca Chambliss, Trey Garner, both were out working hard. We went to every nook and cranny all over the state. One day we were in Coosa County, the next day we were in Madison County, the next day we were in Baldwin County, and people started thinking, you know, this guy makes a lot of sense. We need somebody that's going to cut taxes and cut regulations. You know, military is important in America.
Amen.
We needed a Reagan philosophy of someone who understood peace through strength. Our military had gotten depleted, and we had talked about this earlier. We're short on our fighter jets with the U.S. Air Force, short on our ships in the Navy, and the list goes on and on. But we got a guy that I'm convinced in my heart will make America great again.
Right.
You know,
So you, along with Jeff Sessions, are sitting in New York the night of the election. Because obviously you were a great supporter. You brought the state of Alabama in for the president.
Yes, sir.
And how was that?
Well, it was an opportunity of a lifetime.
That's
I'm
an
sure.
amazing group to be among.
You know, I'm sitting with a big old Alabama fan right here, and it was like, you know,
Roll
when he
Tide.
won, it was like the Alabama-Auburn championship went up, just the whole place just went up. It was so exciting to see America, grassroots America,
That's
the
right.
silent majority
Exactly.
stand strong up and vote for this man.
I just find
It gets me a little bit emotional.
It
Well, that's
does.
great.
It
And
does.
it should.
And Jack and I were saying, this is so amazing. I mean, I think there are some things that are destiny. God has a hand in a lot of things,
Right.
and maybe I shouldn't say that, but you know, it's
No,
interesting
you
to
can't.
me
You should
Right.
say
that
because he has a hand in everything.
the
That's
man,
right.
the man in the penthouse was the one who got the grassroots,
Yes,
and
sir.
he's come down from the penthouse to the people.
Right.
And you can't
Well,
history.
actually-
You know, we've talked
actually,
about history
He
too.
always had. You know, he always had.
He started out that way,
That's right.
but in such a fashion. And then you have to learn from history. The best way to ensure peace is to be prepared for war.
Exactly.
We cannot forget that.
Good
and what's
point.
the other, Jack? Speak softly but carry a big stick.
That's right,
And
absolutely.
we have to learn. And I
Well,
love his philosophy.
I love it too. And when I felt like Donald Trump was going to win this election was about a month, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, prior to the election night. My wife Judy was in Publix shopping, and she was walking down one of the aisles, and she was picking out some vegetables, and she had a T-shirt on that said "Make America Great Again," and she said this little old lady walked up and went, "I'm for Donald Trump. Everybody in my family's voting for him. My children, my grandchildren. I'm praying for him every day." Well, that told me right there.
Right.
Donald Trump had the heart and soul of America.
We're going to have to end this segment now,
Yes,
but we're going to
sir.
need you to come back next week because we want to talk about, obviously, this is all the cheerful stuff. Now we
Yes,
want to know
sir.
where the rubber hits the road,
Yes, sir.
what it looks like moving forward. And we'll be
Great.
right back right after this.
Thank you.